Apparently some video came out. People are saying that I'm the most dangerous political commentator on YouTube. Why?
Hey, Tim. Let me interject here. Let me stop you for a minute. I'll answer that question for you. Why? Because you speak the truth. That's why. Tim Pool answered this question in that video I just played you right before he said that. And I'm going to play it for you so you hear exactly why some of these people are saying Tim Pool is the most dangerous political commentator on the YouTubes. Before we get into that, guys, my channel's starting to grow a little bit. I have a great community here. Got a lot to talk about. The world has gone crazy, and I'm bringing it to you guys with common sense, logic, and facts. I'm not a political right-wing Republican conservative or a left-wing liberal Democrat. I'm just a knucklehead that likes to pay attention to what's going on and look at things through the lens of common sense and logic. So hit that subscribe button. Join me on this journey. Help me grow my channel. Help me grow this community. And let's have some fun. All right. Tim Pool's video today. I'm just going to make this short and sweet. This isn't going to be a long, drawn-out video of me running my mouth. You know, sometimes I talk a little too much. Thank you guys for bearing with me. So Tim Pool in his video today said that he's been called one of the most dangerous political commentators on the YouTubes recently, and you know what? He's absolutely right. After a little digging, some of these super far left political commentators on the YouTubes, I guess you'd call them, vaush, Xanderhal, these guys that I can't listen. I cannot listen to these people. But check this out. So this guy Xanderhal, he's one of Vaush's buddies apparently, or I don't know, a cheerleader for Vaush or something. He's got one of his videos. This is it. This is the thumbnail and title. Tim Pool is dangerous. This is how the online left can stop him. All right, this was 2 months ago. I had 22,000 views. Good for him. I tried listening to this guy a little bit, and I can't. I can't listen to what this... I try. Listen, I'm trying to get, you know, all sides. Listen from the left, the right, the center. These people all have the same talking points. Listen, if you disagree with them, if you have any different points of view, if you're any kind of conservative at all, or a Republican or on the right, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist if you support Trump, who is the biggest fascist of them all. Steven Crowder is Nazi fascist. Tim Pool is far-right extremist. The Proud Boys are this crazy white supremacist group. These guys, that's what they do. Okay, that's what they do. They call people names. Anyone that doesn't agree with them, they just call them names. And I'm going to show you a video of Vaush, what Vaush said, because he loves to do this. And Vaush talks about in this video, I'm going to play it for you. He talks about, Tim happened to, well, here, let me pull it. Okay, so as you can see here, this is Vaush's channel. A couple of his thumbnails and titles. This one has Tim Pool. It says, stupid or dishonest, breaking down ridiculous tweets. So he's going in, and Tim Pool has said numerous times that he makes these stupid, ridiculous, almost satire tweets on purpose. And when you go read Tim's tweets, you have to be an idiot to think that he's serious about some of the stuff he says. Clearly, Vaush thinks he's serious, didn't get the memo that Tim's just messing around on a lot of these. So Vaush goes in. I'm going to play a clip. Vaush goes in. He starts talking about Tim. It was back, you know, this is 3 months ago. Tim's talking about the BLM riots, BLM and Antifa riots, period. So there's no protest, BLM riots. And he's talking about how there was like 30 people killed in the riots. And Vaush goes on to say, whoa, that's nothing compared to how many people police have killed. Okay. Whatever. Okay. And then he says, and those 30 people that were killed in the riots were either killed by the police or the far right. Those people that were killed in these riots, David Dorn, a black retired police officer, there was several little young children that got shot in Atlanta in the riots. Well, I don't want to say several, but I know at least one young girl got shot and killed in Atlanta, and I know there was some other young children that, because of these riots that broke out, were killed. And they weren't killed, and it was like just like in the Chaz in Seattle. Tim talks about has a tweet about that. Vaush talks about it, and Tim talks about how there's people getting killed in the Chaz, and they need to be stopped. And Vaush says, "Well, it was the police in the far right that were." These people are absolutely clueless. And listen, like I said, I don't align myself with it. But the thing is I know the truth. I know what happened. I've seen videos, I've seen reports, news reports, and I look at a lot of different sources, so I can get the truth of what happened. And it's so frustrating. These people are so blind. They're so blind. So that's one thing. Listen, Tim Pool, to me, the reason he is dangerous to these people is because he speaks the truth. He brings facts. He common sense and logic a lot of times, just like I say, but he speaks the truth. Tim and Vaush says something about, oh, he's not even a real. We all know Tim Pool's not even a real journalist. Tim Pool was a real journalist for quite some time, and he was a great journalist from what I've seen and from what I've heard. And Tim Pool does nothing but check out news all day long. He just absorbs news all day. That's his job. That's what he does all day long, is absorbs news. He checks different sources. He gets down to the bottom. And I know Tim Pool isn't the kind of guy that likes to go on his YouTube's channel or go on Timcast IRL and spread misinformation. Now, I will say Tim has some biases. Calls himself a milquetoast fence sitter. One thing I like is that he'll call people out, whether it's Trump or whether it's the Republicans or the Democrat. He'll call out where it needs to be called out. He does have some biases, and I disagree with him on. There's some things that he says that I disagree with him. This whole thing about the election and the vote. I'm not going to say it because YouTube's got a rule against saying anything about the election, but what happened with the voter blank. Um, Tim was flip flopping all over the place on that, and I was just like, "Come on, man!" Like, it was just weird the way he was doing it. Like, at one second he was saying, "Oh yeah, there's all this evidence of this and that," and then the other, "Oh, well, it wasn't going to change the election." It was just weird, okay? But so, like I said, I disagree with Tim on some things, but most of the stuff he says, I agree with him, and I understand where it's come from because it's facts. Like, he dropped facts on the table. So let's see what Vaush has to say about things, some facts that actually Tim dropped.
Narrative. Also, yeah, most of the 30 people who have died have been people killed by police or right-wingers.
What?
Democrats have proven completely unable to do anything about it. Democrats aren't in power right now. And we can't even get a full-throated condemnation from Biden and Kamala. I mean, they've provided that now, I guess. And they had before. I'm pretty sure that was not the first time that Biden and Kamala had condemned the rioting. Like, at all.
See, I can't listen to that. So Tim's tweet was about the Chaz and about the 30 people that had been killed in the BLM and Antifa riots. And of course, Vaush says, "Oh, that was from the people, the police, and the right wing." Like, all right. So, and here's another thumbnail entitled from Vaush: "Dissecting Tim Pool's unhinged fear-mongering rant." And look at the title right up above it, just in the center. It says, "Pelosi looks terrible here, but I'll defend her anyway." Like, defend Pelosi? Who's gonna defend Pelosi? Pelosi's the epitome of like the corrupt elite swamp politician in Washington. But these people, and see, that's the thing, is Tim Pool, he'll call out Pelosi on the left, he'll call out Mitch McConnell on the right. This guy won't call out Pelosi. He's going to defend her anyway because she's part of the left. See, that's where these guys, that's where I can't get down with anything they say, because they'll stick up for somebody no matter what. Okay, so you're on the left. Your job is to make sure you label Kyle Rittenhouse as the worst human being that ever walked the earth. It doesn't matter what the facts show you. That's what you got to do. Tim Pool will go through and look at the facts and call it how he sees it. So, all right, I'm going to play one more little clip of what Tim said when I played that clip at the beginning that said, some people have said that I'm the, sorry, look at brain cramp. Tim Pool, the most dangerous political commentator on the YouTubes. Okay, so what's dangerous to me is these guys spreading all this misinformation. So anyway, so right before Tim Pool said that, he actually gave his answer as to why. And I'm going to play that for you. He gave his answer to why people are saying that. It's because he brings truth, he brings facts, he brings common sense to the table, he breaks things down. I'm also going to play a little clip where he's reading a story about the Proud Boys and what the story says and how Tim Pool says, this is just absolutely ridiculous. He's had Enrique Tarrio, the chairman of the Proud Boys, on his show, so Tim should have a pretty good idea if these guys are this white supremacist group that the media and vaush and Xanderhall and all these people claim they are. So let me play that clip and listen. I know a lot of people out there, they're not super fond of Tim Pool. They think he's wishy-washy, a grifter, this and that. And like I said, I don't agree with him on everything, but I think he's a good source to get news if you want to hear the facts about things. Because like I said, that's what he's done for years. That's been his job, is just to absorb news, throw out the nonsense and the bullshit, and bring the facts. I don't think he's going to stake his reputation on throwing out a bunch of misinformation. And if he does, he usually calls himself out on it. So I know everybody's got their own opinions on Tim Pool, but listen, I like to listen to Tim Pool. I like his podcast. I like the guests he has on. I like to go to Tim for my source of what's going on. Like I said, I'll check other sources too, but I think Tim, all in all, does a great job on his YouTube's channel and his podcast. So let me just play that last part I wanted for you guys, and I'll shut up for the night.
Everything that's happening right now is an information war. I'll give you another one. It's really interesting that there's a series of videos that the left routinely takes out of context in a desperate attempt to attack me or whatever. I had Jack Murphy on my IRL podcast earlier in the year, and we made a series of predictions. Now, as most of you know, if you actually watch my content, my predictions are usually really weak. And people complain about it all the time, that I'll say, I think something like this will happen, but, that could happen too. And they're like, dude, just tell us what you think's going to happen. I'm like, no, I don't know. I'll lean in one direction. The left will take things out of context to make it seem like I'm unreliable or that you can't take my word for things. But I'll tell you this right now. My predictions have never been worth much, and I've never proclaimed to be a psychic who can make these predictions.
Hang on, it's coming.
But they don't want you watching content like this. They don't want me breaking things down for you. They want to make sure they poison the well. Why? It's a propaganda war. Apparently some video came out. People are saying that I'm the most dangerous political commentator on YouTube. Why?
So basically, when he said why, Tim goes on to talk about how many views he's had, how far-reaching his channel actually goes, and how many people actually do view his content. So, if he wanted to spread a ton of misinformation and lies and nonsense and start a propaganda war, he's got the reach to do it. He's got the views to do it. One more thing I'm going to play for you. This was part of that video earlier, his video that came out today, about the Proud Boys. And this is what they don't like. Tim calls out the bullshit and speaks the truth.
The Proud Boys. Look at this, a white supremacist group, really, with their black chairman. Great. Weird, man. Known for inciting violent clashes with opponents at rallies, had made the Harrington their unofficial headquarters in the Capitol. I'm gonna stop right here and say something. We've snapped. I used to say that we fell off we were going over the edge. We were on the edge of the precipice. We're falling. No. We hit the ground a long time ago. You look at stories like this that are outright lies. The Proud Boys, they are not a white supremacist group by no stretch of the imagination. Now, you can say that early on that there were some people associated with the Proud Boys who were alt-right, white nationalists, were kicked out. The organization is not founded upon white supremacy or with prominent white supremacists doing anything. But that's the lie. The media says it over and over again, and that's all that matters. I take a look at some of these cultural institutions and the dominance by the psychotic, deranged, and duplicitous, deceitful leftists. It's creepy stuff. Maybe leftist isn't the right word right now because it's more like establishment. How do you get regular, traditional liberals to hate the Proud Boys? Call them white supremacists. Say it over and over again. And your average person is going to be like, I don't like white supremacists. But anybody who actually does their homework knows that's not true. You take a look at Wikipedia, and it's just total nonsense garbage at this point.
So there you have it. Tim Pool, in that last sentence that he just said, just nailed it. what he said about, like he said, the left. He said, I don't even know if you can call them the left at this point. I don't know. What do you call these people that are blind to the absolute reality that's going on and just stick to the narrative? Like, I don't know how Vaush, that other kid, Xanderhal, I don't know how they can't see what's going on in front of them. Like, not directly in front, but they can't see what's going on and call the truth out when they gotta make a, like Vaush, one of his videos, he said Kyle Rittenhouse was going around pointing his gun inside people's cars and that he was waving his gun around at people before, like all this craziness, and he had that story all the way wrong, still saying that Kyle Rittenhouse was a white supremacist. Kyle Rittenhouse fired his gun and hit 3 white people. There was no black people involved in that. The only the only racist that I saw at that whole thing going on was that kid Rosenbaum, what was his name, Joseph Rosenbaum or something, that was saying the N-word to Kyle and his friends. He was saying, shoot me, N-word, shoot me. And said it a bunch of times. Like, but that was okay because he's on the left, because he's on BLM and Antifa's team, so he can say that. But Kyle shoots 3 white people, and all of a sudden he's a white. Like, it makes no sense. These people make no sense. So, Tim Pool, thank you. Thank you for nailing it. Thank you for calling out for exactly what it is. Thank you for calling out the horse shit. Thank you for doing your best to bring the truth. I actually changed a lot of my opinions when I started watching your channel a little bit ago. I changed a lot of my views because the stuff you started saying, I started looking into it and realizing that you are bringing truth. And like I said, you do have your biases. Like I said, I don't agree with everything you have to say. But at least you're not at least you're not like Xander Hall and Vaush and Hunter Avalon and Destiny and all these other people that just have these leftist talking points that they stick to feed the narrative, feed the propaganda machines. So that's why Tim Pool is the most dangerous now. He's only the most dangerous to the establishment. He's only the most dangerous YouTube political commentator to the, like I said, to the establishment, to the left, to the people that are trying to get us to buy the BS. That's who he's dangerous to. The people like me, the people like us that want to hear the truth and want to hear the news and want to hear the facts. He's a breath of fresh air, actually, from all the mainstream media and social media. He's dangerous to the people that are trying to feed us the BS narrative, and that's why. Alright, that's it. This video went on way longer than I'd hoped, but I just wanted to get this out there. I thought that video that Tim put out this morning was very, very interesting, and I just needed to put that out there that, yeah, I've seen these things that people say Tim is the most dangerous political commentator on YouTube, and the reason why is because they don't like the truth. They don't like that he's telling the truth. They don't like that he's breaking it down. So, there you have it, guys. Thanks again for joining me. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Join me on this journey. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Share the video. Turn on the notification bell so you know when I make some new videos. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. I got some great stuff coming up for you guys. You're not going to want to miss it. Just turn that notification bell on, guys. Until next time, the world's crazy out there. Just take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be a good person. Help other people out, and you're going to do okay. I promise. Until next time, guys. Peace.